Hey, good evening, everybody. I am Chuck Rogers, licensed professional counselor and licensed marriage and family therapist.
And I'm Keith Dunn, and I am taking things off of my plate.
He is indeed doing that. And together, we're Tabletop Coffee.
Yeah, where we are bold and never, ever bitter.
And tonight, we're continuing with our series, Are You a Laser? Stay tuned, and we'll talk about it. Laser focus.
You know, I think we hit a nerve last week when we were talking about the shotgun or the laser. And I completely understand it because I think a lot of people, yeah, I definitely love it. But I think a lot of people can relate to this topic because so many people have just this huge list of all these different things that they have going on. And it doesn't have to be necessarily a job that you go work at. It can be, a job that you're doing at home. It can be laundry. It can be all of these other things that are just tasks that need to be done during the day, during the week. And, if they don't get done, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, we got a comment that came into us from Sharon, Sharon Kreitz. Sharon is a longtime personal friend of Kim, my wife, and me. Sharon's a former co-worker of mine at Virginia Baptist Hospital in outpatient psychiatry. And we've just remained in touch all these years, and now she's a part of my team and works in the billing department.
Right.
And Sharon made a comment after our last video. Are you laser focused? Are you a laser or are you a shotgun?
Right.
And can you talk to us about what you heard her say in the comment?
Oh, absolutely. It makes so much sense as I read through Sharon's comment, and thank you, Sharon, by the way.
Yeah.
Read through Sharon's comment, she was talking about a friend of hers and having to deal with all of these different things. And she talked about actually writing all of these things down on a legal size paper.
The friend was.
Yeah, the friend was.
Sharon's
where she's actually writing down all of these things making a list. And I do this, I just do it electronically. And Sharon said, well, you need to minimize the sheet of paper that you're working with.
To the size of a Post-it.
No, a Post-it note.
Yeah.
So put 3 or 4 things on a Post-it note and work through that. And then once you're through that, then you can add other things to another small piece of paper.
Yeah, and Sharon also said that she includes timers.
Yeah, she does. She includes timers, which my wife talks to me about, telling me that it's something that I need to do and schedule everything. So if I'm working on a website job, which I'm working on right now for Chuck, so I go through and I say, okay, I'm going to devote 2 hours to this. And then I devote another hour to another task and so on. And, when Sharon said to use the Post-it note, I actually do that. But my problem is I have my huge electronic list of notes back in the background that I know I have to get to at some point. But the things that I'm working on that are the most important, I actually do. I create a sticky note. It probably has 6 or 7 things. And I work through that list, check them off, rip up the note, and toss it.
Yeah.
So, I'm in that ballpark, and I'm trying to do it that way.
But the problem for you is what?
I have way too many lists. So instead of working between 3 and 4 projects with 3 and 4 lists, I have 10 to 12 different lists. And it gets to a point where you just have to push away some of those things because you just can't humanly go through a list and manage that many things.
Yeah, so we were talking about that this morning at COG.
Yeah, we were
talking about this before we began to record tonight. So I said, what's the issue? What's the boil it down takeaway that we think needs to happen from this? And the boiled down thing is
get rid of some of the different projects that I'm working on. Yeah.
And we've talked about how it is that it's easy to say no, easier to say no between good and bad things.
Yeah, right.
But what if it's a good and a good thing?
Yeah, and everything that I do is a good thing.
So you have to say no when stuff comes your way. If it's not what you're supposed to be doing at this juncture, at this season of your life, you have to learn to say no to good things.
Yeah, and I'm still working on it, Sharon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there.
Yeah. So Sharon says, put it on a small Post-it note.
Yeah.
Set timers for X amount of minutes. For her,
Right.
it's an hour. She
Yeah.
works for an hour on each task and then rinses and repeats basically until she finishes with her day.
Yeah.
That helps her.
And that's a great way to do that. I'm gonna work on the timer side of things and
Yeah.
see if I can make that work for me.
Hey, I hope you liked our content. If you did, would you please subscribe, because Keith would appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I need more things to do. Ding that bell too, so you're notified of upcoming episodes.
Make sure to like it.
Yeah, share it with your friends.
Thanks, everybody.
Until next time.
Hey, I was finishing up my day today, and I got a text from Sharon. It was actually a group text to my wife, Kim. And
Oh, good.
Sharon says, I saw a lady on some baking show, and she said she makes and sells sprinkles. I said, what? So I started to think about that, and now I want to make my own sprinkles. I have too many ideas up in my Keith brain.
You know, it's kind of scary when somebody uses your name in a way to do things.
Yeah. Sharon, you don't want Keith brain. It's a scary place to be.
It is a scary, scary place to be. Sharon, I want to know how to make sprinkles too. I might add it to my list.
Oh!
I've never done that before.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Is
There
make
you
sprinkles.
go.